Hey, what's up, online community? And thanks for stopping by and checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser, where I talk sports and culture for fans, oftentimes with the fans. Now, tonight we're deviating from our normal programming schedule because I got a brother on here I've been trying to connect with for a while, and I've been really wanting to have him on the show. And we were finally able to make it work. So I'm really glad to have this brother on here. I got Chauncey Jones, former Thornton Wildcat, former University of Alabama basketball player, former professional basketball player, and all-around good cat. So Chauncey, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Now, I wanted to have Chauncey on the show because not only is he a local legend here in Chicago, in particular the South Suburbs, but he's got a great story to share of perseverance, basketball, family, and just making sure that, or not making sure, but being able to give back to the community from which he came, and helping get back to younger people. But before we get into it, you know how we do it. You got your glasses, raise them up, grab your favorite libation. We're about to get into a Straight No Chaser. So you're at University of Alabama. You didn't get drafted. So your 4 years of eligibility are winding down. What were your thoughts about what you want to do beyond University of Alabama and graduating? What take me through what that felt like, where it feels like there's a finality to it, as far as your amateur experience.
Yeah, well, I wanted to kind of continue to, push the dream. So, I played in Australia and Mexico for a little bit, and then played in some, lower level semi-pro leagues. And, it just didn't take off the way that I felt like it should have taken off for me. And I didn't want to be one of those guys that kind of tried to chase a dream for 10 to 15 years beyond your point. And then you have to just wake up one day like, what do I do? So I just started, I worked corporate America for a little bit. I started taking little odd jobs here and there. And, I always talked about going into business for myself. My father has been an entrepreneur his whole life. So, I come from a family that had like maybe 2 or 3 business owners. So I knew eventually that's where I wanted to kind of shift to. But pretty much that was it. Chase the dream as long as, I feel like I was healthy enough. But if nothing popped, then, just be okay with, all right, man, you played well, you made it to a extremely high level. Be cool with that and move on with your life. A lot of people don't, a lot of basketball players, Stan, just like I do. Some of these guys, man, have kind of lost their minds, man, because, they had these heights and they weren't able to kind of achieve those things. And then they didn't know how to move forward. I always had a plan to where, basketball would get me to a certain point. Well, I always knew that eventually that I would have my own company.
You hit it right on the head. Some of the guys, especially when you're an athlete, there's a certain structure. Your body is used to a certain rhythm, especially when it's seasonal as it relates to playing sports and things like that. So for you being able to recognize that and not, like you said, pursue it because, first off, I give credit to anyone who's able to get paid for something that they enjoy doing. I don't care if you're playing in another country or if you're playing semi-professional or in a minor league or an amateur league. If you are getting paid, I consider you a professional. Not everyone can earn a check playing a sport. So I consider you a professional if you're earning a check no matter what level you are. And Absolutely. For you to be able to do that, that's tremendous. And recognize that, hey, just because, you're not earning an NBA check doesn't mean that you're not a professional.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, all of us not going to go pro. Some of the guys that didn't make the NBA, were they not pros? I think some of those guys, if given a chance, given an opportunity, right breaks, they probably could have had a successful NBA career. We know that it's a whole bunch of guys that's out here that didn't get a shot that can probably play at that level. But for me, basketball took me around the world. Before I was 25, man, I was in 4 different countries, every state, small town, major city. And basketball did that for me. So many beautiful historical landmarks, so many meaningful conversations with strangers, so many people or meaningful relationships that I still have right now. And pretty much that's the whole point of the college experience, man, is just to make those connections and network with people. So later on in life, you know, like any state I go to, man, I know somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so comforting to know that whatever state you go to, you can pick up the phone and you're well received. And you know,
Yeah. No, and it's funny, you know, my experience and when I talk to other players and other guys, you know, the basketball takes them around the country, takes them around the world, things that they, like you said, countries that you may not have otherwise had an opportunity to visit, make connections that you may not otherwise have been able to make. You know, you'd be surprised at how this round ball can be so powerful beyond just you dribbling up and down the court.
yes.
So yeah, recognizing that, man, that's cool. So.